at least in the last two that you won, it was always the last jump, always the last jump. So what's that all about?
It's not a strategy.
Oh,
I
phew.
It's not a strategy at all, because for every jump you just have to go. You have to go get it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you just
Mm-hmm.
do not give up. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as the competition is still on, everyone can do something spectacular. My
Yeah.
coach James Thomas always say, the first jump, go for it. The second jump, just keep going at it, the same energy. So
Mm-hmm.
but whenever that happens, that I see, oh, okay, this is what's happening, I'm not getting my mark right, I just talk to myself mentally, because whenever I'm jumping, I pray at the same time. And even if
Mm-hmm.
I see it's a foul, I still pray. I still say, thank God it's a foul. Thank God, because I'm going to get what I want to get. We're not done with this game. So you
Mm-hmm.
keep fighting it. You just keep thinking like a winner. I do not back down. Even if I'm fouling, I do not back down. And my coach James Thomas, has been able to teach me that. My late coach also taught me the same thing. So it's not a strategy. It's just a mind shift. That when you see that, this is what's happening right now, your mind just like automatically shifts and gets so hyper.
Mm-hmm.
And also, while I'm praying at the same time, my coach is also talking to me. So all of those things just come together and also create something spectacular. So it's not a strategy. First of all, people were saying it was my first jumps, and another one say my last jump. It just happens. But I do
Mm-hmm.
not stop fighting, and I do not back down. Even if I'm having a a decent or not a very good day when I'm jumping, I still keep my head up high. I still smile. I still clap for myself, even when it's like I fouled all my jumps or things are not going right, because I know it's not the end. We're not
Mm-hmm.
done until we're done.
You heard it there. Every one of you out there watching, especially the opponents and the rivals. All right. She is never done until it's done. Okay. So don't think because you're in front of her, you've already won. No way with Ruth. Okay.
And
She
yeah,
will
and this
she
is for
will
everyone
go to the
else.
end.
Everyone
And
else.
for
Do
everyone
not be
else.
done
Okay.
until you're done.
No, until you're done. So let's now go back to your training schedule. Obviously, COVID came, and now we're looking at your the beautiful trophy you won. The NCAA. Where's that trophy now, Ruth?
The
Is it
trophy
somewhere safe?
is
Somewhere
yeah, it's
safe.
in a it's in a it's in a box.
It's in a box. Okay. All right. And hopefully, when have your parents seen it, or
Yes,
your
they
family,
have.
have they seen it? Okay.
Yes, they have.
That's that's good. And obviously you there with your colleagues. I suppose sharing the good news of our girl breaking all the records. That's wonderful. That's wonderful to see. So tell me about your training schedule, especially COVID came in, and how was that for you to deal with? How were you able to train? Um, how were you able to focus on your career as an athlete and all that?
Okay, so when COVID came, sincerely, that was um when I had to just like sit back and ask myself, so if track and field is over, what else can Ruth do with her life? You know,
Mm,
like, what else can happen? What else can I do? What other talent do I have in me? So when COVID was there, sincerely, I wasn't practicing, because
okay.
I just had the idea that I don't think we're gonna get back in season really soon. So I
Mm,
wasn't practicing at that moment, and it was at that moment I also lost my coach back home. It was at that moment I
right.
was just going through so many emotional and mental issues at the same time, and getting back to practice, I had to just I spoke to my coach about it, and he understood. He's so understanding, and I'm just so blessed to have him. So getting back to practice, I had to just try to get my mind right. I was beginning to start like not wanting food. I was just there because I'd lost
Mm,
someone close, so close to heart. But I had to get back up again and start practice. So after class, I go to practice, and after practice, I come home to start
mm,
schoolwork, to rest, and also to eat. So that's just how my schedule is. my COVID schedule was just staying home all through, looking for things. I began to cook more because I love to cook. I began to cook more.
Cook.
I first started like
And
a
what do you
talk
cook?
show. I first
Ah,
started like a talk show called Let's Talk, but I pushed that to the
okay.
side. Then I
Mm-hmm.
realized what I really wanted to do was a podcast. So I have a podcast right now. It's just a Christian podcast where I talk about God. It's called Abba's
Mm-hmm.
Word. So I do that like every other Saturday. So that's what I started doing as soon as like when COVID started, and I realized I have something else that God is embedded in on the inside of me. So that was how I
Yeah.
just continued, and so that there is more to Ruth being
Mm-hmm.
a student athlete.
And tell us, what do you specialize in cooking?
I love to cook Nigerian food. I
Mm.
love to cook my native food, edikai kong, afang.
Ah,
I
now
also
you're
love to
talking.
try. Yeah, I also love to try different type of things. Like I love being creative in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
never knew I was until my best friend told me that. Oh, you're creative in the kitchen. I said, oh, okay. I guess this is on the side of me. So yeah, I love to cook and experiment different things. I also hope
Mm-hmm.
to learn how to cook other things like some other country food and just have fun in the kitchen. Aside
Mm-hmm.
from track.
Okay. And do your friends eat your Nigerian food when you
Yes.
cook?
Yes, they
Wow.
do. Yes, they do. And sometimes I invite my teammates to eat. I just
Mm.
like bring some Nigerian dishes for them to try. My coach, my teammates, and some snacks, things like that, so they can just have a taste of how
Nigeria.
Nigeria snacks or what's it called, candy tastes
Mm.
like. So yeah.
Candy. Okay. So let's go back to um, athletics now. We're looking forward to the Olympics. That will be your first Olympics, obviously. What are we looking forward to seeing Ruth deliver at these Olympics? Are we going to? I would love, obviously, to have you back on the show after you've won a gold medal at the Olympics, and obviously talk to a gold medalist. An Olympian and an Olympic gold medalist. I'll be like, whoo, 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 So, what are we looking forward to at the Olympics in Tokyo?
So in Tokyo, um, just like every other meet I go to, I'm just going there with the winner's mentality. Even if I don't win, that does not make me less of a winner. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still a winner. So I'm just going in there with just the strength of God and just having all my trust and faith in God and
Mm-hmm.
knowing the things I have to do right and technique on the runway, there in the air, in the sand, in my landing. I'm not making any promises, but I'm just going there to be myself and to have fun and enjoy my debuts to the Olympics
Mm.
and competing with so many other great athletes. So I'm going in there to just have fun and okay, yeah, we are here. We've
Yeah.
made it this far. Now let's
Mm-hmm.
just go with the flow. But
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean I'm going to slack. I
Mm-hmm.
also will put in my very best by
Mm.
the grace of God, and we'll see how it goes.